To fill the reagent bottles, open the doors and remove the bottle you want to fill. Loosen and remove the cap. After filling to 4 liters with desired reagent, replace the cap. And insert the bottle back into the processor. Repeat until all bottles are filled. The bottles are numbered in sequential order, starting from the top left and going down. The 2 purge bottles are labeled P1 and P2 are in the lower right hand corner. Once filled, the processor needs to know which reagents are located where. Using the touchscreen, press Setup, RMS Setup, Define Reagents. Touch the screen on the reagents to display a drop-down menu of reagents to choose from. ND, or Not Defined, is designated for an empty bottle that will not be used. Once all bottles are defined, press Save and acknowledge the caution statement. Press Exit to return to the main screen. Notice the bottles on the display now show the contents of what was just defined by the user. The 3 colored ports are used for filling and draining the reagents and the wax. The blue port for filling, the red port for draining reagents, and the white port using the insulated hose is used for external wax dumping. When connecting, push in and give a light tug to ensure a good connection. To fill the wax canisters, remove the top and note the groove. This is the fill line. Replace the caps when all 3 have been filled. To create a program, press Start on the touchscreen, then Edit Protocol, and select from one of the 18 programs to edit. From there, the arrow keys will be used to navigate around the screen. The highlighted cell is where the editing occurs. Using the number keys the entire time, move the arrow over to temperature, then arrow over to pressure/vacuum, and use the plus or minus keys to adjust. Arrow over to mix and use arrows to adjust. Any line that has 0 entered for time will be skipped. Press Save. The I key shows the status of the processor at any given point in time. Open the processor by pulling down on the lock handle. The retort lid is assisted by a gas piston and requires very little effort to open. Insert your baskets and close the lid. Use a light pressure on the lid to ensure that the lock engages. If there is no downward pressure applied on the lid, the lock will not engage and it will not allow a protocol to start. To select a protocol, press Start. Select Start All and the entire menu will display. On the left menu, press and select number of cassettes loaded into the machine. Press and enter the number of baskets. Check the end time and day. Please refer to the Operator's menu for further detailed information. Then press Save. Settings menu disappears and Protocol menu shows up. Press Start. When the processor is finished, open the lid and remove the baskets. Place the empty baskets back in the retort and begin the purge cycle. The vertical support tube into the bracket on the processor and then the horizontal arm onto it. Affix these with the long bolt and nut provided. tighten the nut. Attach the monitor to the arm with the small bolt and nut. The nut seats up into the bottom of the arm. Tighten. Allowing for a little slack, push the cables up into the arm to secure them neatly. You can then Velcro tie the remaining cables in the back. Remove the condensate bottle and the charcoal filter. Remove the black tape from the charcoal filter and place the tape back on the filter for future use. Remove the cap and install the filter onto the right-hand side of the processor. Use a firm push to connect it to the nozzle. Next, remove the cap and install the condensate bottle, again using the same method. Install the two metal standoffs, one on the left and one on the right-hand side. Plug the power cable in and turn the power on. A green light will illuminate on the switch. Move the processor to its final location and lock the wheels. There is a 1-minute delay from when the processor is turned on to when the monitor lights up. Remove the protective covering from the monitor.